Hello there, my fellow citizen of the world. Welcome and thank you very much for enrolling in the gamification workshop. I'm going to talk you through the workshop in a few sessions and give you assignments that you can practice so you can immediately apply all the mechanics that I teach you. Now, there's 30 plus or more mechanics to learn, but I'm going to talk you through it with the gamification canvas that I delivered and developed some years ago, somewhere around 2015. I wrote two books about gamification, both in Dutch. Started with Laat met je merk spelen, which is also available as a free download in English. There it's called A Brand New Playground, and you can download it from either brandnewgame.com or brandnewplayground.com. And my second book, Gamification als motor van verandering, which will probably be called in English Gamification as a tool for continuous improvement, because that's what it's about, will be available in 2021. So let's kick off today with the gamification canvas. I will probably cut in some pictures in between my talks, so you will see the models and the things you need to learn. But I'm also going to write it down on a white paper just to see if it sticks and if this actually works on video. If not, we'll edit out later. So I'll try to be as energetic, enthusiastic, and funny as we go because I like making jokes and like to have fun with people. But thanks to this disease we call COVID-19, it's a covert operation, it's a bit more difficult, obviously. Here's my favorite character, the Pip-Boy from Fallout. You'll probably see him throughout the workshop. So first, let me start with the gamification canvas, or canvas as we call it in Dutch. I'll write it down here, but again, I will edit in something later. The first step that you need to undertake if you want to develop a gamification system or a serious game as such is to start with the objective. But the objective should be defined on multiple levels. I defined three different levels because first, obviously, you need to start with the organizational goal because your organization wants to upsell, cross-sell, or lower costs, or get more employee engagement, or get consumers to come more often to your sales points, whether it be retail physically or your website, or increase conversion, etc. So there's something that the company wants people to do. So there's an objective on this side, but we need to peel down the onion because the objective on a strategic level is not suitable for game design where we're at a very operational level. So from strategic we need to go to tactical, we need to go to operational. So strategically, for instance, we want to sell more to more people for more money. That means that, for instance, retailers or staff or our website needs to do something. Needs to make sure that people linger in our stores or are longer on our website or whatever. So there's a certain science behind it. We want people to slow down basically and get more suggestions that are relevant to them. Now that could be the goal or the behavior that we want them to show on a more tactical level. And then from that objective, we need to define what that means for our gamification concept. And you will learn this throughout this course. So on one hand, we have the client that has a certain objective. On the other hand, we have a target audience. And the target audience needs to do something that they don't want to do, otherwise they would have done it. But the organization wants them to do that. So they want to change that behavior. Now, there's a big bridge to gap, as you can see, because on one hand we have the company, on the other hand we have the target audience. And to bridge the gap, we need to develop a gamification concept. So the concept needs to have certain mechanics, and those mechanics should tie into the motivation of the target audience. So all of us humans have certain drives and motivations. According to Daniel Pink in his book Drive, we all as humans globally work on purpose, autonomy, and mastery. So there's three main drives, you could say, that we really crave. We really love them. So we like to have a purpose in our life. We like to have autonomy, make our own decisions and suffer the consequences or benefit from the consequences. And mastery, we want to become better and better and better in whatever we do. So we need to find out the drives, the key drives and the key motivations of the people, because the motivation should be matched by game mechanics. Obviously there's a certain type of content in the game or gamification system, and there's a certain context where people actually play the game, so it's time and place. So we have mechanics, we have, for instance, also the visual style of the game, and we have the back end of the database where we log all the data. So here we have behavior. I'm sure you cannot read this, but I will show you shortly. And here we have the feedback on that behavior. So this is the gamification canvas, and this is what we will go through in the next period of time. I will give you assignments separately for instance, the objective or the target audience and their key drives and motivations, or we'll dive into the context and the content of your game and also the mechanics that match motivations. If this is something you feel really enthusiastic about it and you want to learn how you can use persuasive mechanics to change behavior of people, stick around and I will brief you with the first assignment soon.